This is Spoonie, and today I want to talk about Cult of the Lamb. The developers of Enter the Gungeon have delivered another superb game with incredible atmosphere that feels just as good with a keyboard and mouse as it does with a controller. Cult of the Lamb puts you in the precarious position of being the last lamb in existence, as you are tasked by an entity known as the One Who Waits to create a cult in his name in exchange for saving you from death. And that's just the first 30 seconds. You travel a variety of worlds collecting followers who worship you, as well as gather resources for you and perform other tasks while you're out crusading. Those that are tasked with just worshipping will generate devotion points that allow you to unlock new blueprints to further develop the lands and nurture your fledgling cult. As your cult starts to take shape, you will have to make decisions and weigh the benefits of what is and isn't acceptable by not only yourself but also its members. Beyond just placing down buildings, you will need to collect food, clean up after, and ensure regular sermons, blessings, and the occasional gifts keep your followers faithful, as they will dissent and can abandon you if their indoctrinations aren't properly maintained. Your lands will develop, and this part of the game can probably be best described as Animal Crossing's fever dream. Through regular sermons and the collection of commandment stones, you're able to push new doctrines that give you new abilities or affect the way certain actions are viewed by the members of your cult, such as sacrifices or just natural death from old age. Sermons not only help you keep your followers faithful, but also provide buffs for your crusades through the appearances of new weapons and curses, also called crown abilities, that appear at the start and throughout each crusade. Crusades begin by opening one of 5 doors, which are locked until you have a set number of followers. Once you manage to open them, you'll wander through randomized rooms, fighting off enemies, collecting resources, and gaining tarot cards, which provide temporary buffs that last until they're either used up or that crusade ends. Each crusade has multiple sections and give you the option to curate to some degree what you will find along the way as you move through the labyrinths. If you need to collect resources, gain followers, or just collect gold from clearing rooms of enemies, you can decide for yourself what each crusade is going to provide you. At the end of each crusade, you will fight a final enemy that, when defeated, becomes a potential follower. And after a few crusades in each realm are completed, you will face down one of 4 bishops of the Old Faith who guard the 4 chains that bind the One Who Waits. If defeated, the chains are destroyed and the One Who Waits is freed. I won't spoil the ending for you, but this game pulls you in from the very first minute you play. The combat is simple but satisfying, and the atmosphere is brilliantly done. Really, I could go on and on about how well the developers were able to bring levity to an otherwise pretty dark game. The cult building aspects are intriguing and deep enough to matter, while the crusading is tied into your followers by the bishops as they become more annoyed with your progress and try to harass or challenge your followers' faith. The developers have delivered a rewarding experience that is easily one of my favorite games released this year. If you liked Enter the Gungeon or ever wondered what Animal Crossing would be like if you could offer one of your villagers as a sacrifice, this game won't disappoint.